Hello, it is Tuesday, December 20th, 2011 at 2:01 a.m. Central Standard Time. And there's been a storm in the southwest. We've had, I don't know, up to 18 inches of snow in New Mexico, northern Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. And I kind of wanted to show you, I've got a bunch of loops that I saved. I just kind of wanted to walk through them and just show you things that I've observed and wondered about to some degree, actually. This is the troposphere report from the University of Utah, and you can see right here it's December 16th, 2011 at 12 UTC, and you can see right here that there's this high tropospheric pressure area over Southern California and western Arizona. And this loop, this basically went round and around and around for days. I went 48 hours back, and you can see that when I go down here, it changes to the next 6 hours. So watch that loop there, and you can see it just kind of goes around and around. I didn't save anything that far back, but I wanted to show you that it was going around for quite a while. And again, once again, going through it. Now we're at 12:17 at 1200 UTC. 18. So looking at the jet stream, this is on the 18th at 00 GMT. You can see that what happened was that the subtropical jet stream kind of broke off and made a loop around this area and then continued back on. And then when you go to 12:18 at 12 GMT, you can see that it started opening up, and this is when it started moving towards Texas, New Mexico, Texas, Arizona. And then this is what it looked like on 12:19 at 000 GMT. And while it was in Arizona, or even over this way further, there was just something just pouring out of Arizona into this. It was just going around and around and around. I've got a lot of loops, so hopefully I'll get this right. I might push a few wrong buttons, but let's see. This is the visible satellite from 12:17 through 12:18 21:45 UTC. I'll just go ahead and start the loop. And you can see here it's going around, but also there's something coming up and moving up this way. And another thing that happened this entire time, I think all the way back to the 16th, was right here off the tip of Texas, there was just like a singular point cloud or something that just, even before this all got to it, and you'll see it in some of these images coming up. In case I forget to mention it, kind of keep an eye out for it. There's also something going on down here at the tip of Florida. Right here you can see it almost that whole time, but I don't think that played into it. I don't know. One thing I'm curious about is how weather down here can make it snow. I mean, I thought, and I just always assumed that cold weather came from up north, that it would come down or the jet stream would drop down, but that's not the case, because going back to the jet stream, I mean, clearly this Arctic one is way up here, so it's not a matter of that coming down and allowing that cold air to come. So I find that quite interesting. And then this one, this is the water vapor, and it goes from 12:18 at 3 UTC through 12:19 2:45 UTC. I'll start it up here. And this gives you kind of a clear picture of what this looked like for days. I mean, it was just going around and around, but this is at the point where it started moving over on this particular loop. And that was about 1600 UTC that it started moving, which would be about 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see it. And I don't know what all this white stuff is, but it was like, I actually thought it looked like a witch's brew, like it was picking stuff up and stuff was coming from here and these little blobs were going around and around. So let's see if we can't see what's coming up here too. No, you can't really see it. There were times that you could clearly see that it was coming from the tip here. Let me unzoom it here. And you can see that something here is coming up around and coming around here just about the same time that it starts moving off towards Texas. Because right here it's pretty much holding. And then as this comes around and into it, but to me it always looks like this bumper thing is what pushes it, but people are telling me that that just cannot be. And then let's look at the radar. This is after it has moved over to Arizona. You can see the center of it here. And here's what I was talking about down in the tip of Texas. I'll zoom in just a second. This loop is December 18th from 2031 UTC to 2315 UTC. We'll zoom in here. It actually looks like there's 2 points putting it off. And that was true. For a while there it was 2 points. See, right here's one. And then right here's one. There's talk of these barges that they have that can generate weather. And they had to, they were brought up in conjunction with the snake clouds I was seeing. And these don't look like the snake clouds, but I don't know if they can do different things to generate different kinds of clouds. But already that this is being fed in. And it went non-stop for days and days. And so let's go to the next one. Or two. This is visible satellite, and it goes from on December 18th from 1331 to the 19th 2:45 UTC. And you can see right here's the center that's going around Arizona. And then also we have something moving this way into Texas. And it looks pretty clear here in New Mexico right at that point in time. Although something's moving up here, right here. Right in there. Well, I don't know if this is snow or fog in here. And then this is the radar. I'll go ahead and start that. That goes on December 18th from 2353 UTC to the 19th 237 UTC. And this is essentially when it first started growing into New Mexico, right here. Because here you've got that circular area going around Arizona. And this, I mean, it clearly looks like it's coming from a specific point, at least to begin with, right in here. This gap is curious. And then also we've got the terminator beams coming in. That these just, I think they start up after the terminator beams. Let's stop it and see. I'm going to the beginning of the loop. Yeah, here's the terminator beam here. And here's one here. And then right after that, these start moving in. They also have machines that generate clouds on land too, and I guess they're even on wheels and you can move them wherever you want. And I don't know that that's the case here, but it just, I mean, look at this. Let's zoom in. This is so weird because see it's on like two lines and then there's a gap, and then this is what was already generated. I'll go ahead and let it play through on its own. And you can see right all in here, this is all excited. It's got the goes into the reds, and actually some little red thing just shot out there right here. Oh, this is double railroad tracks actually. Now I remember that. I'll have to go back on. Oh, I'm pretty sure they're double set of railroad tracks there. And we had that same thing going on over by Felicity, just back around the 16th. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so then let's go to this radar. This is on December 19th at 56:0056 UTC through 3:39 UTC. And we got those same clouds growing. This looks like it goes a little further though. And you see here you still got this thing going down here at the tip of Texas. Let's go zoom in there. See, it just sits there and pumps out something. It looks like it's making kind of greens in here. It's kind of hard to see. It's kind of pixelated. And then you've got these growing up. This looks like it's kind of blacked out or something. See, there's a hard edge here. Oh no, this is here we got harp rings starting to show up from around Odessa here and San Angelo. And that means there's some kind of frequency affecting the Doppler radar that's making it have a hard edge. Because I mean, this radar overlaps further than this. I mean, this is not the edge of the whole radar. And even if it was, this radar should fill in, and they're not. It's separating. And then let's go see what this is. Oops. Okay, this is another. You can see those here. You can see those harp rings better. And actually, there's one here too around. I think Lubbock. Looks like Lubbock. And then here's these blue ones. And this is Amarillo. And this would be Albuquerque, I think. Maybe not. No, I think Albuquerque's over here. But this one's it has a ring too. I think it's around that. Well, maybe not. Anyway, you can see that this is growing up further. And it's still being generated from that same spot. Although there's multiple sources. I mean, we've got some coming in down here. And this is still rotating over here, so it's moved over somewhat. And then let's go this one here. This is December 19th from 4:54 UTC to 7:38 UTC. You can see that this is still generating down here, and actually it's coming up and I don't know, coagulating. It looks like it with these Doppler. I mean, in the center of each of these is the Doppler radar station. And it's strange ripples. I mean, that's not a normal thing because I mean, it looks like waves or something. And then this one is about the same time, but you can just see this in conjunction with this. And also we've got some beams coming out of the, just before it gets there too. That's interesting. Oh, and then that beam came over here and made some green. Watch, it comes out. There. And then some green starts growing here right away. Not right away, but shortly thereafter. We still got this harp ring going almost all the way around. These are over here. So then let's go to, this one is December 19th at 1508 to 1752 UTC. And you can still see we got this coming in out of the tip of Texas. Well, let me let it play through first and I'll zoom in a minute. Now it's skipping frames for some reason. There it goes. Just had to load it. And I find it interesting that it's going this way and it's going this way. I'm going to zoom in here. But we still have this coming up, but it's not, it's moved over a little bit. Instead of feeding this way, now it's feeding more straight up and in. It almost has this waterfall effect. See how that's moving across there? And then let's go to the next one. This is December 20th from 154 UTC to 442 UTC. Going backwards, let's change that. And well, now we got this whirlywig thing going on here. I've been kind of checking out gyrotrons, but I don't think they can be used in a Doppler because this is a Doppler station. But whatever it is, it looks like it's going around, but yet focusing on this stream coming out or coming through. Or maybe it's generating it. I don't know. You see a lot of red dots in there though. And this thing finally doesn't look like it's generating anything out of the Gulf down here anymore. Although there's something up here. Oh, I see one over here. Maybe it moved over there. But there's two, it looks like two distinct streams coming out. This one, and then this one is going predominantly this way, and this one's going predominantly that way. And now we've got a third one coming in. And let's see if I can get it to what happens if I reload it here. Because this was a few hours ago, as I figured out all these different things to look at. Yeah, it's not going to load. No, there it goes. I need to close some of these. That's why I had to finally film this. Yeah, it must be some kind of wall here across Iowa because it looks like it's just hitting that and moving out. And moving east and moving west. Yeah, this thing's still going, so let's go look at that. Well, let's see here. Well, no, it looks like they turned that thing back on because and let's look at this gyro, this thing too. And this thing's grown also. Here, yeah, zoom in so you can see. I'm sorry. Yeah, it looks like it's coming right out of the Doppler there. See that? This goes through, let's check here. This is the most current one, 814 UTC on December 20th. And let's make a new one. Well, no, let's not. Let's do it out of this one. Go to the next rad site and see what that little thing looks like. See how this radar covers almost across the whole state. And this is Austin. Isn't that wild? But it doesn't look like this is coming out of the center of the Doppler. It looks like it's coming out more. It's hard to tell because of all the scatter in there. So anyway, there you have it. Sorry it's such a long film, but God bless you. Have a good rest of the night.